Thank you. Morning, everybody. You're welcome to Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Brought to you by MTN, and today is Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that the Lord has made for us to relax. Midweek, we take a kind of break midweek, and we now do what we call Dear Bunmi. For those the new initiates, Dear Bunmi is a column written by Ms. Bunmi Shofola, who has been doing this for close to 45 years. Yes, Zainab. She's been doing it for close. I'm going to set you up, Zainab. I want one of these days we'll come in, you ask where are my guests, and I'll point to you.
I couldn't sleep all night.
You couldn't sleep all night when you never know anything. I will throw you under the bus. Anyway. So what we do is an agony aunt thing. So we look at the issues that are brought up, then I discuss with my guests. And once in a while, we look at what dear Bunmi herself, what her opinion is about certain issues. Okay, today, before I take my commercial break, let me introduce my guest to you. This program started way back when I was in another radio station. And then I met these two youth coppers, and I suspected there was something between them. I suspected. My mind was telling me that, Jimmy, there's something between these two people. Mm-hmm. One of them is Trust. I'm sure you remember Trust. Trust is here. Trust, how are you?
I'm really good.
You remember that, if you remember very well, we had Trust's mom, and we were supposed to have the photographer then, Umfon, we were supposed to have his dad. As guests, we're trying to merge them together, but it didn't quite work out. But when the Trust mom came, it was quite fun. How's your mom these days?
Yeah, she's doing good. Like, she's really, really fine. And she sends her greetings anyway.
Sends her greetings, yeah, okay. Trust, how old are you now? Are you 30 yet?
Mr. Jimmy, please, my market is still fresh.
Your market is fresh. Answer the
I'm
question.
just 25.
You're 25,
I'm just
okay.
25.
And then there's Osas. I want so that, these are my children. And I suspect, I kept Osas, how old are you now first? You can take off your mask.
I'm 24.
You're 24. You can take off your mask. Take off your mask so I can hear you well. You're 24.
I'm 24.
24, yes. Okay, so Osas 24, is 25. And I said between them, these two, the kurukere between the two of them. Now, when Trust came to the studio this morning, his sister came with him. He's visually impaired, so his sister had to come with him. Her name is, what's her name again?
Favor.
Speak up now. Favor is 16. Favor is 16. Favor is a prospective guest on my Friday program. Do you know why? Trust introduced her as the Dangote of their house. She said the Dangote of their house. Because Favor at 16 already makes clothes. At 16, Abi Favor?
Yes, sir.
She makes clothes. And when I asked her, are you getting ready to go to uni or whatever, she said no. What answer did you give me downstairs?
I want to establish my fashion designing.
You want to establish your fashion designing business. Favor wants to become a businesswoman at 16. But she says she makes clothes, and she said it with a lot of confidence. And what I will do is, if you send me photographs of some of the clothes that you've made, Favor, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I'll put it on my Instagram page and put your contact there so people can call you to come and make clothes. Do you make clothes for men?
Not really, but I do more of women.
But do you do any for men at all?
Yeah, I can do shirts and just something simple, something.
I'll be glad to model whatever. I'll model. So make me a shirt. I'll pay for it. Don't worry. No, they say you are the Dangote of that. It means a cash day on hand. It means a money day. Shower one day. No, don't worry. I'll pay for the shirt as Big Daddy. Okay.
All right, sir.
And I will model it. And people will like it on me.
Thanks so much, sir.
Okay. So, Zainab,
yes, sir.
Let's take a commercial break. Today is not that day. Don't panic. Today is not that day. We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment. The numbers are out, and Nigeria Info is your number one station for talk.
Number one.
Listen on the air and online via mobile app. Search Nigeria Info FM on Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Download the app and have us with you wherever you go. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, welcome back to Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And I have a Trust and I have a SAS. Okay? Now, we're live on YouTube, if you want to watch us on YouTube. And we're also live on Facebook Live. Okay? And at some point, usually on Wednesdays, we just want you to sit back and relax. But we'll open up the phone lines. And the number to call then will be 0700 993 993 993. Am I right? Am I right? I got it. Good. Right. Osas,
Sir,
what did you study now? Let me remind me.
human resource management.
Where?
University of Cape Coast.
Cape Coast.
Yes.
In Ghana.
Yes.
You left the whole of Nigeria to go to university in Ghana.
Yes, sir.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
So that they could speak to her. All right. But you still need to go to uni, like it's not complete. I told Zainab, I said Zainab,
not.
it's not complete until you go to Nigeria's only university, really. All of that are like secondary schools. But Zainab, I'll introduce you to a lady who also went to uni, Lauren.
Oh, okay.
One of you, I don't know, she'll be so glad to. I'm sure she's listening and smiling. I'm waving to her, so. Right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues to look at. Let me run through the headlines. My auntie's husband is too demanding. My friend's son is a bad influence. I don't want a boring retirement. He wants to be more adventurous. Should my daughter call her dad's new love mommy? And he won't take no for an answer. I think the one that is right down your alley is he won't take no for an answer. Are you listening? Why are you looking so bad?
No.
Are you lost in thought?
No, I'm listening.
Are you drafting a love letter in your head to
Uncle J.
Uncle J? All right. Listen, Trust, listen.
Yeah.
This is a letter that is written by a lady called Juliana. Julie. No, Yorubas, Julie Lonje. Says, Dear Bunmi, I have a male friend who clearly wants to be a lot more, but I just don't fancy him. I never have and never will. That is, she's sure in her mind that she's not going to fancy the man. I've politely told him on a number of occasions, but now he tries all he could to sabotage my dates. When we are not with friends, he'll be rude and even pick fights with my dates. Once he even came to my house uninvited when he knew I was with my boyfriend. When I confronted him about it, he just tells me he does it because he doesn't want me to get hurt. It's getting to a point where I don't want to be his friend anymore. Would it be wrong to cut ties with him completely? What do you think, Osas? I mean, you have somebody, he's your very good friend. By the way, let me ask you in public now. Is Trust your boyfriend?
No. Trust is not my boyfriend.
So all that one that it was just office.
There was no
He
such
professed
thing.
his love for you. Have you forgotten?
I can't remember
No,
doing that.
it was
Yes, it was during a Diabumi.
I can't remember doing
It
that.
was
Uncle
during a
G.
Diabumi.
Uncle Jimmy.
You publicly professed, say, I'm in love with Osas.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
really?
Now, after I also said that at that time that I was in love with Osas. But anyway, so what do you think about things like this? If you have a guy who he tells you and you tell him that, look, I just want us to be friends and so on and so forth, but he won't go. So what do you do?
If I have because according to the write-up, she said she has a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend, yes.
So,
Now.
like, I feel like she should cut ties with a friend.
She shouldn't greet him or anything again.
Yes, because he's going to sabotage her relationship with her real
With her real
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
And nobody wants that.
But trust, do you know that sometimes it's difficult for some guys to believe that the level of friendship that they have with a woman cannot be extended further? And then sometimes some guys naively think that the woman is playing hard to get. At what point should one realize that, oh boy, this one is not doable?
Uncle Jimmy, talking from a little bit of experience, right?
I knew.
See.
Have you seen now?
I honestly,
26. Oh, yeah, it's talking of experience.
I forgot that favor is around though, but moving on. All right. Talking from a little bit of experience, right? At times it's difficult to accept that because you guys might be pretty close and you're like, why not? Like, what is the problem? However, there's that point where you realize that this can't work.
Well, what is that point? What are the signs that you see?
That point is when she tells you clean and plain that I don't fancy you. But to the extent when a lady is probably saying, oh, I'm not ready, I'm trying to stylishly cut you, quote and unquote, there is still that element of hope. But to the extent where she says, you know what, I'm not doing this, I can't do this. Not necessarily because of, I don't just think you're the right fit for me, right? So at that point, it's only logical and right you move on. And I think there is this thing about men that naturally stems from the fact that maybe the patriarchy, that stems from the fact that they just don't want to hear a no. It's not that it is wrong technically. Like I was talking to a friend, I'm like, try as hard as you can till you are sure it won't work. But not to the point where you begin to stalk. Like when you begin to stalk the babe and you begin to meet her every point just to sabotage her.
Yeah,
her relationship.
and visiting her, without notice.
That is problematic, and that is even a turn off because it only means that you are on the height of jealousy.
But trust, there have been cases where perseverance is the key. The woman wants to stretch you as much as possible.
I am not against perseverance. I'm against the methodology towards the perseverance.
Okulakai.
So
don't talk big
if you persevere, that's fine, right? It is great to persevere. But when you persevere, when you become a pain, that is where it becomes problematic.
Osas, which is the best way to ward this guy off? Is it to write him a letter? Is it to send a tweet? Is it, you can send a tweet that will somebody please get this pest off my neck? Or would it be to sit him down, or would it be to tell a friend? 4 options.
Have a conversation
Write a letter,
with that
send
person.
have a conversation.
Yeah,
with
because
him.
writing a letter, I don't think we do that anymore. But anyways,
Don't mind me. I'm an old school.
And I don't think someone wants to tweet their emotions to someone else. That's embarrassing anyways. But if you have a sit down, a honest conversation and say, I feel like if you can't be friends, cool with us being friends, then I feel like,
So you're telling Juliana to sit down and have a conversation with him?
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, she should cut him off.
I wonder why Juliana asked Bunmi though. Could it be that even she can't make up her mind? That's why she's asking for advice.
It's probably because she likes the relationship she has with the person.
Yeah.
So probably there are individuals you like being friends
Why
with.
would you like a relationship with a person and not date? She just likes being
friendship,
friends.
yeah.
She likes his
Maybe he
company.
buys. Could it be economic? Could it be that he buys her things?
You never can
You know,
tell.
a guy who is toasting will be spending. Do you want me?
Not
this one?
necessary.
Do you want this one?
You never can tell.
Let
Like, it could be anything.
charity sew a dress for you, and this have this Ankara. Let me take you shopping and stuff like that.
Men they suffer, shall.
Men suffer.
You never can tell.
It could be that.
It could be that. Definitely.
It could be that.
Definitely, it could be that. And at the end of the day, I honestly think I'm not a party and I'm not an advocate of burning bridges. I always say that for every problem there's a solution, and I think that solutions necessarily, in vast majority of instances, can be burning bridges. So I think if her boyfriend is someone who understands who she is, like who understands where she's coming from and understand who the guy is, I don't think her boyfriend necessarily will be worked up with the fact that it is clear, and the girl tells her boyfriend this is the situation.
Anyway,
and the boyfriend necessarily might understand, and I don't think she should burn bridges with the guy. I think she should.
Well, Juliana, the best thing to do is sit this gentleman down, and don't make us. And I usually tell women, men alike, that make sure that your standing with everybody is well established.
Exactly.
Very well established.
Definitely.
I do find women say something to the effect that When he's tired, he will go. You do that, you could pay dearly for it.
Definitely.
You know, and then don't lead people on.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not going to do this thing, just
Don't do it.
don't do it. And in fact, if you're close to somebody, he does ask first, second, by the time he's asking the third time, I think you should take a step back and try and avoid such a person. So that's Juliana's case. Which other one do we have? Then we now get to Chinedu.
My evil brother.
Chinedu this one is a woman.
Oh, wow.
Chinedu says, I am currently studying to be a trained teacher at a college of education. She didn't say which one. My parents are not very well off, so my auntie agreed that I stay with her as her house is very close to the college. Not long after I moved in with her, her husband started toasting me.
All right.
Oh, Allah Deo. See, whenever I complained about not having money for books or projects, he willingly gave me the money.
Of course.
Trust the man.
Of course.
Then they started having what adults have, and he's a very nice and generous man. Now, what is the problem? Her problem is that the auntie is very trusting. She even allows us to go to family functions without her. The man will say, Zainab, no, I don't want to say the man will say, let us use a word like Yemi. Say, Yemi, why don't you let your sister go with me? I mean, you look so tired. I don't even like the way you are looking. He says, yes, you won't know that they've gone on a rendezvous. Anyway, says, and then it says, but all the things that they do, adult things that they do, takes place in the house when the auntie is out. Once the auntie goes out and the man looks out of the window and makes sure that our car has gone around the bend, he whistle. Then in they go. Sometimes he arranges for me to cut classes to come and meet him. So the man is deeply involved. Then she says, I'm a bit fed up. He's a bit fed up, but he seems not to notice. I've used a couple of tricks to dissuade him. I've even failed to keep appointments, but he won't leave me alone. I'm afraid to think of what will happen if my auntie should find out. What do you think? First and foremost, do you think you said so what? What did you say? Talk to the mic now. Don't talk to me. You said what?
No, I said the expected should happen. Of course, what do you expect?
The voice you're hearing is the voice of Zainab. Okay, Osas, what do you think?
First of all, I'm really disappointed with Chinedu because at the end of the day, if you say someone is your auntie,
and she took you in.
It's not easy for someone to just, say, come and live with me. And the person gave you that trust.
And freedom.
Yeah. And you are sleeping with her husband. It is, I don't know why people do what they do.
But it's the husband that went to meet her.
Yeah, but it is a simple no. And if the husband persists, you could actually tell the wife.
Let me tell you. In Lagos here one time, there are all kinds of kurube that you can use to talk to a woman. You just tell a woman, come. She will just follow you like that. So yes.
Definitely.
You've never heard of that?
Well, like if I find myself in that kind of situation where I come to my auntie's house and the husband is, on me, I feel like I will leave because I do not want that situation where I get to break someone's trust.
But she's happy. Can't you see what?
Yes, she is.
Happy. She said that the man is very nice and generous.
Exactly. So it's disrespect, plain disrespect. So she should bear with the consequence. And I pray her auntie finds out. And, yeah.
You pray the auntie finds out?
Exactly.
You're shaking your head. You too.
Yes.
Do you pray that the auntie finds out? Trust.
No, I don't.
Obviously, trust wouldn't.
No, I don't.
No, I think we should save her the embarrassment.
Because
She will die.
In truth, Uncle Jimmy, I think it's easy for us to come on to speak English. And let's be honest. This scenario plays out in almost every day in almost every household. Like, this is the honest truth. I like what I tell people. I think infidelity is becoming a norm, and which is the truth. And the truth is, in a sane conversation, the answer is no, it shouldn't happen. But in truth, what we have today is a situation where, in any ways, how we sure her auntie is even also doing it somewhere else anyway. So we really must
wait. You have brought another dimension.
Let us
now ask.
That's assumption. And we don't do assumption.
What if it turns out that even the auntie is up to something herself?
So what we're doing right now, we're assuming. what we need to focus on what is happening with Chinedu.
And what we
No,
know.
Yes, and what we know.
See what's up here, right? I think that in
This
a
trust
sa-
is very well experienced. So.
in a sane conversation,
Because he
in a
can do
sane-
something like
I don't
that.
know what you're talking about though. In a sane conversation, it's definitely wrong. But understand that. I tell people when you're in marriage, it doesn't kill yourself, your reason to be attracted to people, right? So you're attracted. The only thing that keeps you is discipline.
And that works both ways.
Yes.
In all ways. You are definitely attracted to one or two other people, even in
Osas,
marriage.
can you be attracted to 2 men at the same time?
Well, yeah.
You can be attracted to 50.
Eh,
50.
50K.
Yeah.
That's
What?
how trust. That's how it works. But for me, I could be attracted to 2.
2 men
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Depending on their personality, what I like in them.
What do you like in a man, self? You know your photograph is going to go on my Instagram and people will be bombarding me with
Okay,
requests.
Jimi.
Yeah, so they will be bombarding me with requests, asking for your telephone, or your Twitter handle, or your Instagram, this thing. Uncle Jimmy, they won't let me rest.
Uncle Jimi tag me, I'll share it with them.
No, you
Voluntarily.
block her, you. Yeah.
Voluntarily.
You know that this first story that this first story about it won't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
I think it also refers to you and Osas.
I don't know where that is coming from, but
Exactly.
I've always suspected the truth.
No, there's no form of
trust
attraction.
is in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
Trust is not attracted to you
And I'm also not attracted to him. Thank you very much.
in any manner.
Like I just care for him. He knows I care for him dearly. Like so, yeah. That's
do
that's
you
why
care for,
everybody.
do you care for me?
Yes, I do.
Dearly too.
Yes, I do.
That's very good. You care for Philip too dearly.
Yes.
Would you care for Zainab
Yeah.
dearly?
She's a sweet person. So yeah.
Oh. Okay, all right. Let me see, what's the time? Let's take a short break, okay? Let's take a short commercial break.
Okay.
These breaks are very crucial, very important,
Very key.
very key. God bless you. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment. This is just. The numbers are out, and Nigeria Info is your number one station for talk.
Number 1.
Listen on the air and online via mobile app. Search Nigeria Info FM on Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Download the app and have us with you wherever you go. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, you're welcome back to Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu, brought to you by MTN. A few announcements though before I go on to the next one. Tomorrow I'm going to have close to about 100 guests. How that is going to happen simply is that as soon as I put on the mic at 9 o'clock, you're going to start calling in. Tomorrow Nigeria is going to be 60. And I said to myself, rather than have one or two people come and give their ideas, let's open it up to you. So tomorrow we are going to have fun. It's going to be minutes per person strictly. So if I were you, I won't spend half the time paying compliments. For 1 minute, so for 1 minute, you will have your say. Of course, we ask you to be careful, mind your language, and so on and so forth. But the whole of the program tomorrow, you are my guests. Okay? You are my guests. And the premium really is on telephone calls. We want to hear your voice. Even if you won't have your way, you at least you should have your say. And that is what is going to happen tomorrow. Now, on Friday, I'm going to have the Majekudumi brothers. I'm going to bring them in. 2 guys who started business very early. In fact, one hasn't even gotten to uni. One is just like the young lady here. The young lady here is most likely going to come next week or thereabout and tell me her story at 16, where she already has the mind of an entrepreneur. You know, I told you Fridays are for encouraging our young people, you know, to do great things. Then on Saturday, those of you who know Mr. Adegbuyi Okunaya, Mr. Okunaya is the astrologer that I bring. You remember him? Yes, Mr. Okunaya is going to be here Saturday morning by his grace, 8 o'clock, the discourse. So you don't want to miss that. That's what we have. He tell us he's going to give a perspective on the American elections, and then he's also going to talk about the future of Nigeria from the standpoint of astrology. Right. So we now have Naomi. Naomi says that should my daughter call her dad's new love mommy? That's should her daughter call her dad's, the daughter's dad's new love, mommy. Yeah. I don't know why that should be an issue, but let's see what it says. It says, since we split up early in the year, my ex and I share custody of our 4-year-old daughter. And this has worked out well. Okay. And she says, but now she started referring to her father's lover as mommy. So, and says, I don't have anything against the woman, no, but my daughter has only known her for a couple of months. The worst part is that I never see them correcting her. I want to stop taking her there for a while. I know it's wrong, but I'm her only mommy. This is a bit petty. First, one thing I can deduce is that she's still in love with the guy.
Maybe not.
Exactly.
I maybe not. So. It could be a situation where she thinks that she should own the daughter exclusively. Understanding that, I think it is petty, because understanding that the culture where we live in, even people you randomly meet for the first time, you call them daddy because maybe they're as old as your mom.
But I don't like to encourage that. I don't. Yeah. When people call me daddy, I cringe. I'm not the only people who are allowed to call me daddy. Are my children.
Uncle Jimi, you're my daddy.
I'm not your daddy.
Uncle Jimi, you called me your child when you're introducing the show. I'm your daddy. You're my daddy.
I didn't say something. I must have been distracted.
You said your children. That's what you said.
I must have been distracted. Yeah, I mean, you can refer to people as your children, but this idea of calling people daddy, I don't know where. And even in the religious whatever, daddy Gio, mommy Gio, and all these things,
no,
I don't particularly.
I don't buy it either. But like they say that where you are in Rome, you act like a Roman, right? It is the culture we.
No.
It is the culture here, and even if I don't buy into it, even if I think that I think, of course, there are a lot of cultures I think here that I think they are not what I like, but at the same time, you can't fault people who do it. So if she decides to do it, realistically, she's maybe a stepmom, because.
He hasn't gotten to stepmom.
Exactly, just
but how are you in so much of a hurry?
Exactly.
No,
they just wait, cool down.
I thought they were married.
Cool down.
All right.
Let me speak Isha English. I mean, my dear, cool down. They just separated this year. And this mommy is just that's dates now.
They are not married?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought they were married. Okay, my bad.
They say her father's lover.
Yeah.
As
oh, okay. My bad.
But could it also be that the girl is attracted to the woman?
Of course, she has to like the woman to call her mommy.
Yeah.
But you know that, let me say this thing. You know that most daughters, they don't like their fathers to have another, even their mom self, talk less of another lover. They're usually jealous. Yes, I can say it.
Yes.
I can say it. Most daughters, they don't want anybody to come near their dad. Those two ladies that came the other time. Mm. Mrs. AK and Bola.
I listened.
You listen. They don't want any even breeze. What do you think? Is there anything wrong in her calling the woman that mommy?
Well, like for me, I feel like there's something wrong with it. Just my opinion, because
Okay, do you then think that the woman should correct her and say, "Don't call me mommy"?
Well, I feel like the father should, because they're just dating for months. He could actually break up with her and get hooked up with someone else.
Osas,
That
you
is
know
you
women are
confusing
politicians.
the child.
Maybe the woman herself, this mommy is one who told her. Maybe the first day she said, "Auntie, how are you?" She said, No. Always call me mommy.
Exactly.
They
Possibly.
begin to give her chocolate and all
Thank
this.
you.
Possibly.
So yeah, and they might actually break up, and he might date someone else. And do you expect her to call the next
that
person
person-
to me? So it's confusing the child.
Osas, we missed a point.
Okay.
The daughter is 4.
See, you're confusing the child. That's what I feel.
The child will know. The child will know.
Honestly,
child will know
I
who-
think.
I'm
don't
not
know
saying she
who-
won't know her mom. I'm saying that the father and the lover, they just started dating for months, yeah? That's what she said. And I'm saying that they might eventually break up and he will date someone else.
Then she will call the other one mommy.
Exactly. And I feel
Is
like
it-
he's not healthy for a 4-year-old. For me though, that's for me.
I don't know. I don't think there is.
But this man
anything-
is a kurao because within a short time,
Exactly.
it looks as if
Oh,
this woman
apparently.
is living with this woman must have been on the wings
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
waiting for her to pack out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But now she says, and Naomi now says that she doesn't want to take the girl to her dad again. She can't do that.
Yeah,
she
that's
can't.
petty.
She can't do that.
Exactly.
That's petty.
Yeah.
She can't do that. Of course.
That's petty. If you were married and you had a daughter, do you have a child trust? Because looking at you,
He should.
None that I'm aware of.
did you hear that? Did you hear that diplomatic question? There is DNA these days, oh.
None that I'm aware
Because
of.
looking at this trust, I don't trust it.
Exactly.
Everyone trusts me.
Every
Uncle
time I always
Speak
say
for
I don't.
yourself.
Zainab trusts me. Zainab.
I don't. This is kind of now. I don't trust.
Exactly. I also don't trust him.
You don't trust. I
Exactly.
don't trust.
Osas, on national and international radio, you do this.
No, I don't trust.
All right, it's fine.
I don't trust.
It's fine.
Anyway, let me read what Diabumi says. Abi.
Okay. Yes.
Abi, are you? Okay, you don't mind. It says, I understand how hard this must be for you, especially as your ex has only been with his girlfriend for a couple of months.
Exactly my point.
I would suggest you sit down with him for a non-confrontational, non-judgmental chat. Maybe it would help to say you're grateful his girlfriend is making bonds with your little daughter. But it's important he understands that calling his partner mom could be quite confusing to her.
Exactly what I said.
Let him know that you really want his new partner and your child to have a close relationship. Maybe you could suggest that they all come up with a special name just for his girlfriend. Like Nana.
No, you should call
can't-
the baby should call her name. That's her name.
Call her name.
Yes,
How?
now
If her name is
Auntie Duke or Auntie, Auntie Yemisi.
no, you have to make it.
No,
a bit
I feel like
more.
it's confusing for a child.
The
so
woman listen. The woman herself has the ambition to become a stepmom.
That's the point.
till it gets to
Which
that
till
point.
then, the work starts from now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like if it gets to that point, then we'll
How
cross that
can
bridge.
they be calling her
Because they can
auntie?
actually break up in this what's it called?
COVID era.
We're in an environment where I feel like we're not sure anymore. Like he said, infidelity
Okay.
is like
Okay, let me tell you.
big thing now.
He says that let him know you really want. Just stopping her from seeing her dad will only create bad feelings. Mom and dads need to appear united, even if they are not, with regard to their children.
Definitely.
I pray that when you guys tie the knot, it will be perpetual forever, and you will live happily ever after. Do I hear an amen to that?
amen to
Uncle
that.
Jimmy, you said when? How are you sure we are planning to?
No, I don't mean the two of you. What
Oh,
I mean
okay,
is
all right.
individually.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, Osas has not only did she say it vocally, she squeezed her face. I said, I don't
Exactly.
taking her head. She said she's not attracted to you. Is it by force?
I don't know.
To how did we get here again?
Because you're asking now.
Oh, I have a caller. Let's see who's that. Let's see who is calling. You might have something to say. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning. Morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
How are you?
Fine. This is Moses calling from Lekki.
Moses.
Yes. Uncle Jimmy, first of all, that lady that is sleeping with her aunt's husband is disgusting. And that's why I really go against these people. This sex of a thing that people are having before marriage does not make them value it. They do it anyhow.
Okay.
I said it's been long I see dogs misbehaving in the street. I think humans are more corrupt than animals these days.
Yes.
If it comes to that act.
But they did not say anything about them having sex, so you are assuming.
Uncle Jimmy, you
no, wait, I'm just telling. I did not say that they are having anything. What this? What?
The one having sex with her auntie's husband is the one.
Okay, you could have clarified the issue. Okay.
Then, secondly, Uncle Jimmy, this other one that is calling somebody's mom. Uncle Jimmy, naturally, me, while growing up, there is this my daddy's girlfriend I went to look for. They were not even together, yes, but I went to look for her because I like her. She's just nice.
Cool down, like they say in Benin. That's your daddy's girlfriend. Your daddy had your mom was with him at that time.
My dad and my mom were never together. But there is this his girlfriend I met, and I wish he married that woman. I wish he married her.
So he didn't marry the woman?
He didn't marry that woman. But years passed away. I still went to look for that woman. I don't know. I just met her one way. I got her number. But I could not forget the 15 naira she gave me when she came to
now you are talking. They don't bribe you.
Exactly.
No, minerals now enter your head.
No,
you don't go drink minerals.
Uncle Jimmy, no, apart from that, you know, the way you appreciate children makes them love you.
Wait. You don't go chop meat pie and minerals.
Uncle Jimmy, not that one.
Minerals.
Meat pie and minerals. I was not even at home.
Okay.
We were in school. We came back and we had.
Why didn't you make your mom marry your dad? You went because of minerals and 15 naira.
He's not loyal at all.
Jimmy, I'm only.
You're still there.
No.
Don't worry, I just want you to have you small.
Uncle Jimmy, quick one.
Yes.
Let's be clear, right? I think that we make a mistake thinking that, just like the last caller said, it's really very, very much possible that this is that girlfriend or her dad girlfriend is really nice to her. And it's a mistake that parents make, that they think that just giving birth to you is enough to you to gain their trust and their likeness. I think that if she feels comfortable with that, the dad's girlfriend, and she's maybe comfortable around her, and she's not bullied into calling her mom, I see no problem with it.
But why can't the woman just tell her own daughter that, come when you go to your dad's place, if I hear, then you know the way women
No, I don't think that's a good idea. That's not a good idea. You're bullying your child,
That's you also bullying. I think that's you also bullying the child into loving you exclusively. You necessarily don't have to bully your child to love you.
Sometimes you have to. It's important that your child loves you. So if if she will not do it naturally, you have to bully her into.
It doesn't work.
Yes,
it doesn't work. It will never work. So if she doesn't love you exclusively, probably you need to work
like this one now. Can you imagine this one? They bribed him with 15 naira and
no, it's not necessarily bribe. It's the significance of that 15 at that point in time.
He said it was one 15 naira minerals, meat pie, and what they call gigits. That's biscuits. He changed camp immediately. Oh yeah, let's have another one. Hello. Yeah, who's calling?
Uncle Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
So kudos for your left pocket. My name is Vas.
There's nothing in my left pocket. I'm only joking. No, don't come and...
My name is Vas.
Yes.
Trust and Osas. It's good to hear your voice again. I miss you guys. My name is Vas.
Good morning.
Yes, for that girl, that Chinedu, that's sleeping with her aunt's husband and all that.
Yes.
Though it's kind of a norm that is very prevalent these days. But my advice to her, if she knows she's tired of it, she should just leave the abode, just leave the place, relocate, look for somewhere else to go. If you don't want to destroy your aunt's home, you already know the consequences of your actions. So it's better you leave now. Then for this other girl that is talking about her mom, I think the child, whoever comes to her or appears to her as a mother, she's free to call the person mom.
Definitely.
So the mother shouldn't be jealous.
Okay.
She
All
should be
right.
insecure. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, let me just take one more and then we'll wrap it up. Right?
Yeah.
My friend's son is a bad influence, says Mariam. Mariam says that my friend and I both have 5-year-old boys and they get on great together, your friend, children. However, I noticed that her son has been teaching my son bad habits, like playing pranks on other children. When I tell him off, he started to answer back. I've even heard him swear. That's her friend's son. I've tried talking to my friend about it, but she laughs it off, saying they're just being kids. I don't think I can carry on spending time with her. If her son keeps on misbehaving like this, what should I do? I think she should go look for another friend.
I think that the parents, or she should teach her son how to make friends. Teach her son qualities of how to be morally upright, and teach her son how to pick friends.
But she says the boy is a bad influence.
And that is the point. If she teaches her sons good values, teaches
Yes.
her son how to identify good friends,
Yes.
naturally, if she's able to inculcate that into her son, naturally her son will cut the boy off himself.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think, Osas?
Well, like he's 5.
Remember that anytime from now, you'll be a parent.
Exactly. So
Is it? Are you tying the knots this year?
no.
Has he proposed?
There's no he. Yet.
The place is vacant. Oh, look, Philip.
Ah!
Philip. Make sure you get a proper portrait that I'll put on my Instagram. All applications should please follow. On my Instagram, I'll put my bank details. Anybody who wants to apply first has to drop something
No,
there.
Uncle Jimmy, my
Drop
bank
your
details
time.
is more soothing.
Your bank details. No, you are like the other boy, the other man. Sorry,
Uncle Jimmy,
the
We're
man.
not loyal
Uncle
for
Jimmy-
50
He's
naira.
not loyal.
Uncle
He's
Jimmy,
like 50 naira and
50 naira.
gigis.
Uncle Jimmy, you have enough money already. I mean,
Nobody has enough money. Do you hear that Dangote is sleeping in his house now? Nobody has enough money. So I would tell people that she's available. Okay. So what do you think? What do you think Osasi should do?
I agree with Trust on this one. I feel like you
Oh,
could
thank
teach
God.
your child like values because I think I've been in that kind of position before,
Okay.
and because of
You had a son who's.
no, I didn't. I've been the child before.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I just wanted.
so yeah, and I can say boldly that I'm not easily influenced by what I see, and I got that from my mom. So yeah, you could teach your child that.
Isn't it better to? Well, is it the way it worked when I was growing up?
They'll tell the child to stop coming to my house.
Yes, when I was growing up.
But you're
once,
implying now that your child is better than the other person's child, and it causes
well,
like a
just,
rift.
no,
between-
just to say that the way this child behaves,
Yeah.
I don't want my child to behave in like manner.
Yeah, but
So I tend to want to keep them away.
apparently, I honestly think that such narrative creates this toxic mentality when moving forward. I think that you should address the grassroots. You won't always be there for your children and say, don't do this, don't work with this
Exactly.
person, don't go with that person. You won't always be there. So you must teach your child how to make that decision, his or herself, how to arrive at that conclusion. Then you might be that parent where that, okay, maybe after making the decision, he or she asks, oh, this is what I think. What do you think, mom? Or what do you think, dad? So you'll be that position where your child knows what is good and what is bad. Yeah, he might confirm from you and say, okay, this is what I think. What do you think? And he's like, oh, yes, it's nice. Oh, no, it's okay. I think this is the right thing to do. But you won't always be there and say, don't work with that person. Stop working with this person.
and can reduce the playtime with
Yeah,
the other
that's-
child.
that
You
is-
can
that's-
reduce the playtime because I feel like at the end of the day, if I was in that woman's position where you're saying my child is bad for your child, I'll pick an offense
Guess-
to it.
guess what? Guess
Because
what?
you're doubting my parenting.
Guess
that-
what, Uncle Jimmy? That necessarily can even backfire on you, right? Especially when, at times, we don't even know these kids as much as the
Exactly.
kids do. So when what you say necessarily might be wrong,
Might
the
be your
kid-
child.
your child might even be the
Bad
bad
influence,
influence. You really
exactly.
don't know. At times, you think that your child is holier than thou, but when he goes to school and is in his friends, he does what you don't expect.
When you were growing up, did you do certain things your parents must never hear about?
None that I can remember.
Like
No, what do you
uni,
mean?
None that I can remember.
What do you mean? Osasunko?
uni, like university.
No, just generally some things that your mom must not hear that you did this one.
Well, like maybe my university level.
What did you do? Did you do runs?
No.
So what did you do?
Well, my mom is like a church person and Sunday
okay,
school
that
teacher
one,
and
Sunday
whatnot.
school
So
teacher, yes.
if I tell her that I've been to a club before, it was like.
Don't let her fail. I'm sure she's listening to this program. No.
If she's listening,
Was
she
it
won't
me?
say it.
You know, it's funny. Well, I remember, for example, when I was in Uniben. Okay, how old was I then? Maybe 19. I'd always had an interest in live music. I'd always had an interest. Indeed, I was in Form. I started going to clubs like Form 5. But that was because most of the clubs were they were open in daytime. And the first time I watched Fela, I remember I had just finished school start. And from then on, so I'd always loved watching. So white people like going to clubs to dance. I like going to. So I was in Benin, and I heard of one musician called Tony Gray. And what he won, 10 o'clock at night. I'll go and take 504 those days, station wagon.
So safe then.
It was safe then to worry to go and watch Tony Gray till daybreak. Then when he closes at 4:30, I'll hang at the Lido. It was called Lido Club in Warri. I'll hang out until about 5, then go to the motor park and start coming back. Later in life, I said to myself, what if they said there was an accident on Warri Road? My parents would say,
My child isn't there.
it's not there.
Exactly.
If I remember some of the things that I did, toasted one babe, the babe was in Port Harcourt. I hopped on the vehicle and went to see the baby in Port Harcourt. And in those days, there was no mobile phone. Only to hear that the baby
Babe has left Port Harcourt.
had left Port Harcourt. There are things that we do that our parents must never hear of. When I hear some of the things that my own children too did that I didn't know about, I just say that's the way life is. There is always something that you do that your parents don't know.
In vast majority of instances, I actually won't tell my parents.
Are you ready to say one now?
I tell them. Everything I will say here, they've heard about it.
They've heard about it.
Every-
What about
everything.
the one you haven't told them?
Nothing I haven't told them that I can remember.
Do you want me to refresh your memory?
Yeah, you can.
No, let me feel sorry for you. Besides, the Dangote of your house is here. I don't want that to go out of the studio weeping. The bro, I know nothing. I saw you feel, bro. We got to go because Collins will be here very soon. Thank you very much, Trust and Osias. You said what?
Getting applications already.
She's getting applications already. On YouTube, Abby.
Yeah.
She's getting applications. You must come through me. You go fill form.
Say that me uncle, they have applications.
Does he have any application?
Not yet.
They're not looking
Say
at
not
it.
yet.
Please, they shouldn't look at
Favor.
Favor, I'm going to invite you to this program. I want to know how you manage yourself and manage your
Please
business.
look at Favor.
You have a bank account?
Yes, I do, sir.
You keep your money.
Yes, sir.
Does he ask you for money sometimes? Don't give him more. I will invite you separately. That's where we'll end it for today. Osas, thank you very much, and Trust.
It's a pleasure being here. This was my home before, so if you understand. what
I
mean, it's
know,
why
you said so.
It's a pleasure being
You
here.
said so. So that's where we'll end it for today. Tomorrow we'll be back again with serious stuff. Remember, tomorrow is calling in. Everybody's going to be calling in the morning, 9 o'clock, as soon as I on the mic. And it will be 1 minute per person. And we are going to be very civil. I know some of you are bitter and whatever, but we are going to be very, very civil. Zainab, thank you very much one more time for producing me. And Madam, that shirt, right? Remember, I'll put some of your clothes on my Instagram. Please, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Jimi Disu. Instagram, the same thing. And I'd like you to take out time to read my blog. I have a blog, jimidisu.com, which I think you could read. There's loads of information there, articles and things to keep the mind working. Now that this bedroom program is over, I hope the young people will now put their minds on things that are much more productive. I heard that the Lagos and Ogun State governments are fighting themselves over who the gentleman is going to pay tax to. Yeah, I think he lives on the borderline town. Okay, thank you very much, Philip, for also being around. Philip will say something tomorrow, but he will have 2 minutes because it's an insider staff. You know when you enter Danfo, you say me staff. Staff. Okay, so I see you guys tomorrow. Bye.